Hi everyone, how you guys doing? Good to see you guys again here. Okay, all right. So thank you. Yeah, thank you for uh actually join me in this FB Live today. So let me see how many people are here right now. All right. Wow, so many of you here tuning in. All right. Thank you. Thank you for your time. Hi, Christine. Hi, Vivian. Okay. All right. Let's see how many of you. Okay. Jonathan Cliff. All right. From Milan. All right. Nice. All right. Thanks for tuning in. All right. Hi, Laura. Hi, Vivian. Okay, so many of you here. So let's see who is. Hi, Terry. Hi, Lily. Wow. Okay, cool. So and thanks. Yeah, thanks for tuning in today. And we're gonna have sharing, right? A sharing session here today. And normally on the FB Live here, this is our webinar, by the way. So I'm going to do it in a more casual setting here to share with you something that I think is important. And let me see who else. Wow, so many of you here coming. Okay, very good. Yeah. So while waiting for more people coming in. Yeah. So why not you just for those of you already joining in here, maybe you can share to actually help to share this post. Right. Just click the share button and the share button right now, and then or the like button. Right. So you your friends can see what you are actually looking. And right now, okay. All right. So do this right now. Yeah. So make more people coming in, though we can start sooner. All right. Okay. So wow, so many of you here. Okay. So what we're going to talk about today. Today, I'm going to actually share one very, I would say, very important topic, especially for 2022 and beyond. Yeah, because we are in a phase that we're going to enter a new kind of new world, right? So if you're in Chinese metaphysics, we refer the new world as period nine. Okay, so and then for some of you already new here, you might not know what is period nine. I tell you, do you agree with me when I say that the world is no longer that it used to be anymore, right? Yeah, especially the pandemic speed the whole things up. Yeah, if you actually follow my work for some a while ago, then you might heard me says about period nine, right? I keep talking about period nine, and then a lot of changes happening, and this pandemic just sort of like speed it up, right? So we see so many things changes, and a lot of things doesn't make sense, right? Because a lot of times you notice that a lot of things that used to be working uh I mean for the last few years right now is no longer working. Yeah, that is the part that a lot of people keep thinking is what is happening here. We were able to revert back to the old way of doing things. And let me just tell you this from the start here, it will not. All right, it will not. Okay, so and why I'm saying this here is because the energy transition is actually demarks on a new way of doing things. So therefore, in terms of wealth generation, it will be very different. So of course, there are so many things we can talk about, right? But today I chose to actually focus on the wealth related topic because I discovered that a lot of people struggling financially, at least for the last 2 years. All right, this is something that I want to actually talk more about. Hopefully, can share with you so you can actually take certain action, you or certain decision, right? So by the end of today, sharing this Facebook Live, I will actually suggest or I'll give you, right, the next step for you to take. How about that? Right? Because all of you here, you want to actually learn how to use Chinese metaphysics to improve your life, right? So I'm going to share with you some of the things I see is important. And by the end, if some of you seriously want to actually take the next step to transform your life financially, I have something for you, right? There are certain bonuses for you as well. How about that? Okay, all right. So, and some of you here are pretty new. I heard that some of you are pretty new here, and you probably doesn't know what is whenever I talking about 八字 or feng shui or period nine, right? So you might not know much about it. Don't worry, because this is not a class. Yeah, this is not. It's not even a technical class, right? So you don't need any prerequisite of Chinese metaphysics information in order to benefit from today's session here. Today will be more like a sharing session because some of you are new here. Let me just introduce a little bit about who I am. My name is Iverson Lee. I'm a consultant speaker and teacher, right, from a Joey Up Consulting Group. So on my day job, I do a lot of teaching. I do a lot of consulting. So today, and whenever I have free time, I'll take some time off to share with you information that I think is beneficial. Yeah, especially now we are in the beginning of the year. So I think it's even more important because January is usually the month that we plan, right, for the new year. So I hope to give you some information here. So now, how do we begin here? And I need all of you here to have a barter chart ready, right? So do you have your barter chart ready right now? Right? So you know what is a barter chart, right? So if you don't have any barter chart right now, you need to get the chart ready first, because I will share with you how do you actually look into the chart to help you to achieve something. And today, let's guess what we'll talk about: what? Finance, right? Talking about wealth. And I think all of us here, no matter which part of the world you're from, there must be a reason you learn Chinese metaphysics. Am I right? Yeah, there must be a reason. Yeah, you don't tell me that the reason I learned Chinese metaphysics because I fall in love with Parzi. I like the character of the Parzi. No, right? In the end, you feel that there would be some benefits or certain information that's important to you, and then get to where you want to be. Agree? Right? It could be finance. It could be relationship. Right? Some of you want to achieve, I would say, fulfillment in your relationship. Some of you want to actually achieve vitality or great health. So all of us here have different goal here. So I think one of the goal that are stand out from the rest of it, especially in 2022, is because is about finance. Yeah, why I can tell so, because I, beside being a teacher, I also a consultant. So on daily basis, I get the privilege to talk to different people from different walks of life. Then I get to know that, especially for the last 2 years, one of the main concern is finance. And you know that the old strategy, yeah, or the old way that you know to make money is no longer relevant anymore. I think you need to actually accept the fact first, right? So how many of you here actually, when you are young, you've been told that as long you study hard, your financial, you achieve financial independence sooner than you thought, right? As long you become a lawyer or a doctor or engineer, right? You heard so many of these things before, right? And you know that it turns out being not true, right? Why? Yeah, because a lot of people used to think the more higher education we have, the more money we're going to make, right? But you know that is not true. As you see that a lot of time, yeah, you see there's those people that, or maybe your classmate, that they might not have the education level that you have, but financially wise, they can actually create more and then they can serve more. And why is like that is because money, yeah, I discovered this along the path here. Money is a game. Okay, and all the game here is, there's a, think about this, right? Every time you play a game, don't you think that is a there will be rules to it. There's a boundaries, what you can do and what you can do. So therefore, there's a game, there's a boundaries, right? So until you realize that the rules of wealth or money, it doesn't matter how high your IQ level is, you're not able to actually achieve the amount of money that you want, right? So of course, I would say that money is not everything, right? I agree with that. Money is not everything, but if you don't have money, you cannot buy anything at all. Agree? Right? If you want great health, don't you think if you have more money, you can have a better chance to survive? If you strike with the illnesses, right? If you have money, you have less stress with your work, right? You can do whatever you want. So I'll say that money is not the end destination, but rather a means to an end, right? You have to help you to achieve freedom, for example, where you can be, where you want to be, what you want to do, with who you want to do it, right? And then when you want to do it, right? It's your call. So I always believe that monies buy us one thing: freedom. Freedom to do something that we like. So, and then how, right? Then how that Chinese metaphysics can help us to do this? Uh, I can actually share with this because I use a lot of Chinese metaphysics, especially Bazi, Qigong, and Feng Shui, yeah, to help myself first, right? Because there's no point to tell people how to actually better up themselves, but if me myself doesn't improve at all, correct or not, right? So when I started to learn Chinese metaphysics back in 2013, so that is when I tell myself, right, if I want to actually help people using Chinese metaphysics, I need to be better first. So the first person I apply Chinese metaphysics, Bazi and Feng Shui and Qigong, is to myself first, right? And then I see there are certain results, and then I fine tune it, and then I change along the way, and then therefore I discover a system, right? A system means that if you're able to repeat it, you get certain results, just like recipe, right? You just need to follow. So, and today I'm going to share with you some of this part here, yeah, some of this recipe here. So, and especially even for beginner, I hope you can understand what I'm talking about here. And now I discovered that there are one group of people, they use Patzer. Yes, they use Patzer. They want to actually help themselves, but they try to plot someone rich and famous like Elon Musk chart. How many of you here met someone like this? Right? They say, "Oh, if I understand his chart, then I can actually do exactly the same thing like he do." Have you met someone like this? And then these are the people that study the rich people chart, and then they say, "Oh, because they have this element, that's why he become rich, or because they have this and this and this, and because they go through this certain luck pillar, no wonder." You know, a lot of people actually doing that, right? They are doing a retrospective reading. And do you think it's hard to do something like this? It's freaking easy, right? Think about this, right? It's always easy to analyze a chart referring to an event that already happened. How many of you agree with this? Right? It's easy, correct or not? Because you know that is already happened. Even the beginner, I can say, oh, because you have this, that's why you actually working hard, right? So I would say that one will be wasting time. When you do a retrospective reading, you know why, right? So let me tell you, the Elon Musk chart, right? They are exactly roughly around approximately 30,000 Patzer chart that have the exact same chart like Elon Musk. Right? If your reading because of this chart should be reached, right? So do the 29,999%. Why only one person can be reached? Make sense now? Right? Bill Gates, they are also around 30,000 charts, sits exactly the same chart like Bill Gates. Right? But why there are only one Bill Gates in the world? I want to think like that, right? Otherwise, you keep thinking is the chart is the one that caused them become rich. No, because they are so do the other remaining 29,000 charts. Why only one person? Yeah, so the secret here is about how you use the chart or the action you take, right? So because the chart that the Patzer chart share is actually tell you certain options available in your lifetime, so you can take certain action to activate certain part of your life, right? So therefore, this is something I'm going to actually talk about. How do you use the chart? And how do you use the chart actually depends on one thing, right? It depends on your ability to know, yeah, what is presented to you in every year, right? I think most of you here attended the Feng Shui Astrology 2022, right? So why you want to do that? Because you want to know certain opportunities available to you, and then you can take certain action, or better decision, right? To actually capitalize on those opportunities. So now, let's share with you the first part of information here is to do one thing here is to look at short term first. Don't you think this is very important? Because a lot of people, I met a lot of people, they keep telling me, Iverson, I want to make 50 million US dollar, right? Or maybe 100 million. Then I ask them, right, how far are you from that? Yeah, how many? Maybe you have 10 million right now, so you need another 40 million to do it. You say, no, I don't even achieve, I'm not even a millionaire. Some of them tell me, yeah, not even 100,000. Okay, so then of course, right? What you see, there's a problem here, right? That is someone that actually they want the big goal is too big. That right now they're still so far ahead from so far away from that. The gap is so huge, right? So the moment you set the goal is way beyond your league right now. I'm not saying it's not possible. One day in the future it might be, yeah. But right now it will actually stop you from taking action because you don't even your subconscious doesn't think that is possible right now, right? So I would say whenever someone asks me, how do I actually become rich or become wealthy? I think the first part here is try to score some small wins in your life first, right? Don't you think small winnings, right? When you actually win, you have small victory along the way. It will build your confidence. You build the right person, and if you can make 100,000 per month, yeah, sooner or later you can make 1 million, right? If you're already a millionaire, I think that the second million and the third million is not that hard. Right? That's why there's always a saying that the first millions always is the hardest. Agree? So let's start small first. So when we start small, from the Patzer chart, then we look at where? We look at the annual energy, yeah, for the year. So how many of you here actually attended Feng Shui and Astrology 2022? Yeah, type the word me. in the comment box right now. Oh, okay, all right. So let me check here. Yeah. So okay. So I think you okay. Let me show you this chart first. Okay. So I think if you attended the Feng Shui and Astrology 2022, I think this chart is look familiar, right? Yeah. This is the annual 2022 chart, right? So this contains energy, what is available in 2022. Okay, so now I'm going to do some analysis here. So probably you can actually take note whether this is useful for you. So now let's say I'm going to focus on wealth alone. Right? Of course, this chart can tell you so many things, but let me focus on wealth alone first. If you look at this chart here for 2022, let me just use a pen. Okay, so this element represent wealth. Okay, so this is one, and then this one is also water. Water in 2022 is a wealth element. So we say that, oh, if there's a present of wealth opportunities for this year, yes, there is. Okay, and then now this, if you look at these two wealth element here, is actually sitting on a 7 killing. Yeah, these two is 7 killing. So if you're a beginner, don't worry, right? I'm just telling you the money star is at the bottom, there's a 7K, right? It just means like that 7 killing. So 7 killing. So let me ask you, is 7 killing is something stable or something very volatile? For some of you here are part students, right? Is it represent stability or represent volatility? Yeah, tap in here. I want to see if some of you are Patzer student, right? Yeah, it's just like you told me you're expert in Patzer, right? Yeah, maybe you can share with us your thought here. Type in the chat box. Right, okay, all right, nice. So yes, I see Levi and Stolen, right? Volatility, right? So now, does it tell you something already? Does it tell you something? Right, so if you want to make money in 2022, let's say, because now we talk about 1 year first, right? Remember, we aim for what first? Small victory first, low hanging fruits. So do you think that if you actually look into a short-term investment will be better? Right? If you make the winning, then you exit. Right? This is the nature of our 2022, unless you're really good investors and you look at whatever you see on, no matter someone tell you, oh, this price is going to go on forever, hike up, right? So this year might not be. I think this is the one I tell some of my students a few weeks ago. And do you realize that cryptocurrency right now actually take a deep dive right now? How many of you here actually invested in crypto? Bitcoin, for example, right? So you see it's not stable. I'm not saying that you go to further down, but I think you see there's a sense of volatility there. Correct or not? Okay, yeah. So this is for you to know. So the chart actually can tell so many things. And now, if you look at this chart here, yeah, if you look at this chart here, there are one element that is missing among the 5 elements. Yeah, one element doesn't make it to this year chart. What is that element? Is okay. Which is the element that is missing? Type in the chat box right now so I can see. Okay, you need to get the use to type in the Facebook comment box. All right. So yes, all right. I see so many people type metal here. Yes, metal. Yeah, metal is missing in the chart. Okay, yeah. So among the 5 elements, all of that and the metal is missing. So now, for 2022, metal element is the element that produce wealth, right? Because metal produce water. Since water is a wealth element for 2022, don't you think metal element is the element that continuously produce a wealth element? And this element, the metal, the wealth source is missing. Yeah, what does it mean? What do you mean that wealth source is missing? Which means that the money that you're seeing right now, it is not real because there's no substance to it, right? Appearance is looking good, but internally there are no real backup to those cash, right? Or the perceived value. So you see that a lot of stuff in 2022 is about It's just a perceived value. There are no real or intrinsic value into it. Okay, so this is the one part I want you to actually pay attention to. So now, whenever we think about something that don't have real value, yeah, so what would that be? I think a lot of you here actually came across a term called NFT, right? Non-fungible token, right? Yeah. So that one could be one of the big thing in 2022, right? Because if you look at those things, right, some of you know here, oh, what is this NFT? And as NFT is like is you digitally sign a digital art or a digital product. For example, like you have you are artist, right? You paint a picture, a photo or whatever you draw a picture, and then you sign it if you're popular, and then someone can buy it from you. You digitally sign it means that that person owned the art, right? So I think it's fine. Yeah, but nowadays, people actually use this NFT to do more stuff. For example, like they actually design a watch, right? A watch, and then that save it as a photo, right? Just a photo. That's not a real watch, and then the price of this photo is more expensive than the real watch. Would you buy or not? Okay. Yeah, you see, so there's NFT like that. Old days, I mean, a year ago or 2 years ago, the artists they're selling their art. I think that's good because they protect the copyright. But now it's already evolved until a point that even watch the design like 1,000 photos, different design of a watch, but just a photo. So probably you pay maybe 20,000, then they'll send you a JPEG photo, so you can save in your phone. You can show your friend. Okay, just because they sign it. Right? Digitally signed, this is an authentic photo, right? Would you buy it? Yeah. Now let me ask you, would you buy that part? Yeah. Now I'm talking about NFT a little bit. All right. Yeah. So yeah. So now, whether you buy it or not, it depends, right? Don't you think if there's a demand, to it, would you buy it and then you can resell it? Yes. Correct or not? Right? So of course you don't buy to keep, right? It doesn't have value, right? But if the whole world now looking for a watch, photo watch, just an image, and then now there are only 50 digitally signed in the whole world, would you buy it or not? I think I will, right? If there's a demand there, why not, right? Yes, you might think, right, how come this is no value? Why people buying it? But the fact that some people really want it. So you still can make money through NFT. I'm not saying that you cannot make it. You still can, right? But you need to pick the right product, right? You need to do some research because the chart says the output element is not there. So there are no real substance into certain thing. Yeah, you still can make money if you buy the right one. Like for example, like if like Disney, they actually release certain digital product you can sign, and then sometimes of like a baseball card, the game card, some of them are limited edition. Some fans like it. Yeah, you can buy and then you can resell. Do you know the handbags right now also there's a photo? Right? Yeah, all the popular handbags are the brand, right? They actually just sell you the photo, right? It might cost you like 10,000 or 100,000. Yeah, that is what indicate in the chart. There are wealth element. Yes, it looks like it's a wealth, but there's no output because the metal element is missing. So there are no substance to it. Yeah, is it interesting? Yeah, to look into this, right? The chart actually tells you something like this. Yeah, so and there are much more. Yeah, there are much more into this, and I shall talk more about this 2022 chart in the wealth prophecy for 2022 in this coming Thursday. Wealth prophecy. How many of you are actually joining me on that special bonus webinar? Wealth prophecy. Yeah, just to remind you that one will be on this Thursday, 27 January. Right, then I'm going to talk more about the annual chart wealth energy. Yeah, but at least right now you know, yeah, how this is the first piece of information you want to actually take a look into, right? So you can know what kind of prevailing wealth energy for 2022. Some of you just now asked what is an NFT. NFT is just a technology, right? Just a technology within the blockchain. The cryptocurrency, there's a system and that allows you to digitally sign something, because in the old days if you have a photo you cannot own it, right? You cannot claim ownership to it. But with this technology, you can actually sign, which means you can prove the ownership. Okay, yeah, so that is the one. Okay, so you can search online, right? So if you want to know the technical term, basically just say non-fungible token, right? So yeah, it looks tacky, right? But actually it's the same thing. Just like if you are in the investment world, right? Don't you think they have a lot of very so-called high-tech investment term? Right, there's so many coming up, right? Is that if you're into investment, right, why they created so many different terms, so to make it complicated. So you think these financial guys here are expert because they talk about language you don't understand, so you let them to handle your finance. That's the whole reason to it. Yeah, but investing is actually not that complicated, but because there's so many terms, it gives an impression to to all the layman people that investment is a very complicated things, right? Actually it's not. Okay, so basically, in a nutshell, it represents you able to digitally sign a product. You can claim a ownership of a photos or anything is in the digital form. That is NFT. All right. Okay. Now, that one is just now I'm sure that one is like an annual, right? It's more like a overall energy for 2022. That's the one, right? So right now, I want to share with you a little bit about your chart, right? So I want you to take out your chart right now. Why this is important? Yeah, why I'm doing this right now is because as we enter to period 9, you see there's an extinction of middle class. Yeah, right. Very likely this will happen. So there will be at the moment there will be extinction of middle class. It will create a ripple that will actually make the gap between the super rich and the super poor wider, right? So you see either someone is super rich or they are struggling financially. Yeah, the gap is so huge. So this thing incoming, and we don't want to be part of this, the victim of this whole thing here, right? So we better know, what we can do in this coming next 20 years at least, yeah, this period 9. So now, when you look at your chart for this year, tell me, how many of you here would like to actually create more wealth? Right? I think most of you are, right? Otherwise, you won't tune in for today's session here, today's sharing here. So if your goal here is to create more wealth, and let me ask you, right? How can you create more wealth, or how do you attract more money come to you? I want you to think a little bit. Yeah, how do you actually do that? Yeah, how money comes to you? Yeah, money will get to go to somewhere else, right? Because you cannot make more money. You must have the ability to transfer money from someone wallet to your wallet willingly. Okay, I'm not asking you to steal or rob someone. Someone willing to say, come on, take my money. Okay, right. Yeah. So have you seen a lot of people do this? I think Apple do that. 5 years ago, right? When every time they release a new iPhone, yeah, people just queuing up outside. Even they take leave like 2 weeks in advance, leave so they can queue up and camping outside the store, so they're able to secure the product the moment it launched. Right. So these are the group of people. Literally, they are telling Apple, "Come on, take my money." Okay, whether it's right morally or not, that one is not part of the discussion. Now we're talking about how they're able to create this part. I think some of you actually say it correctly, because they're able to create value, right? Value is nothing more than you're able to have something that other people want. All right. Okay. Now let me ask you. Let's talk about US dollar first, right? So if right now, after you have a heavy meal in a restaurant, suddenly you feel that something is not right. Yeah, your stomach, there's a lot of sound, and there's something want to push out. Yeah, basically you eat something wrong, right? You need to rush to a toilet, and you discover that you forgot to bring toilet paper. All right, so or tissue. So and then you say, oh, that time you're very stressed. And then there's one guy there nearby the toilet there. They say, okay, I have a toilet, I have the tissue, not toilet, what I'm talking about. I have the tissue, I have a few packets here, and each packet will cost you $50. Normally you won't buy, right? But maybe that time, because it's important to you, is valuable to you, you buy it. Right? So that time, this person got value. And you think about this, right? Why people willing to buy a handbag that costs like maybe 250,000 and above, right? Amos, because they're able to create a perceived value. The moment you buy this, I feel good, right? Value not necessarily must be something tangible. It could be a feeling, right? You think about this, right? Like Rolex, right? Rolex, they are not a watch company, right? They are not selling watch. They are selling success, right? Yeah, the moment you buy a Rolex, you feel successful. Old days lah. Right now, Rolex is not even part of the class, right? And now people talking about Richard Mille watches and all those things, right? But in the old days, Rolex is something is equivalent to successful. So they are selling the feeling of what? Success. Yeah, you think about a Nike shoe, for example. Do you see their ad actually market the shoe product? They are not, right? What who are their market? They are market athletes. They are market winners, right? In the sports. So they are selling victory. So the moment you buy a Nike shoe, you feel like you are the victor, right? So you are like that A Jordan, right? There's so many things. You feel like you are a winner. So therefore, the value is a part here. So now let me ask you, if right now you're able to, let's say, you're able to learn some parcel knowledge that give you the ability to help other people to read their chart and give them 3 pieces of advice how they can transform their wealth destiny. Let's say you suddenly acquire this ability. Now, can you make more money or not? Let's say now there's one pill, I give it to you. The moment you swallow it, you suddenly have this ability. You cannot advise more. You only can advise 3 on it because your ability, the pill, only indicate there are only 3 points. You can tell anyone by reading their chart 3 steps how they can transform their financial destiny. Will you make more money? Yes. Of course you will, right? So why? What just happened? Because your value increased. Agree? Right? So why your parents send you to school? Because they hope that from the school you have become more valuable so you can contribute. And if you can contribute to the company, you get a job. Yeah, that's the whole thing here, right? So now, since we understand that value equivalent to wealth, so if you are right now, you are struggling, right? So if you want to make more money, don't you think the first thing here is not to think how do you make more money first, right? Think about how can you create value, right? Make sense? So in 2022, a lot of people say, hey, the chart here, which animal sign we're able to actually make more money. So in the old days, they'll look at all the money star, right? Is there national treasure star, and all this golden carriage star. But in the modern world, yeah, if you look at the year chart, the one that actually create more money is a star that have the ability to create value. Agree? Right? They're able to solve problems. They're able to find a gap and create something new. Don't you think this is important for the new world right now? So therefore, right now, I'm going to share with you in 2022, there are 3 animal signs that I see that have the ability to create more wealth. So let's find out whether you have these animal signs or not. So do you want to actually know which animal sign is this? So let me share with you here. The first one here is a snake. How many of you here have snake in the chart? Okay, yeah, because snake element in 2022 is a star about finding the gap in the market, right? There's something that is in the market that no one aware there's a gap, but you offer certain services that able to serve that market, right? Like last time the Uber, right? Uber, they find there's a gap, right? There. How can I use all the normal? Anyone who own the car can become a taxi driver, so they can make money as well. So that's a gap in the market, right? So you have the snake in the chart. So this year could be your value creation year for you. So do you like this or not? Right? You have the snake, right? You have more. So now there are, if you learn parts before, there are how many pillars are there? There are 4 pillars, right? So let me just show you a sample chart here. Okay, all right. Okay, let me just share this. Okay, let's say, yeah, you take out your parts chart right now, and then there are 4 animal signs, right? There are 4 animal signs you can actually look into. So let's see whether I can draw something on this. Oops. Hold on. Let me see whether I can clear this or not. Okay, apparently I can. Okay, so now there are 4 animal signs here, right? There are 1, 2, 3, and 4. Do you have a snake or not? Right. So the one that we like the most here is in the this one, in the hour pillar, because our pillar represent idea, represent thoughts. So you check your chart whether you have the snake there or not. Someone say if we the luck pillar is not considered at this discussion here because luck pillar represent external. Now we are talking about ideas that able to transform into value. And because whatever your idea is so valuable, then you make money, you attract money that way. Okay, so snake is one of it. There are total of 3. So the snake is one of them. And the second one here, okay, let me write down here. The first one is snake. Okay. Yeah, the second one that I also like a lot is the dog. All right, so the dog. So if you have the dog actually have this thing here that called they're able to create a needs. So just now, the snake is about finding the gap in the market, right? The dog, because this year they are very innovative, they're able to actually creating a needs even before the people know they need it. Yeah, it's so powerful. So about new product creation, new service creation that not that people haven't think about it yet. So this is something new coming in if you have the dog. Okay, so this 2 star is a wealth star, is a value creation star. Yeah, in the new world. So the next one, right? If you look at here, the next one would be the third one here would be monkey. Right? A lot of you here afraid you have monkey, right? How many of you here you have a monkey, especially in the hour pillar? Our pillar monkey, I know it's a clash and all these thing, right? Yeah, so don't there's a false alarm is a bad thing. Yeah, it's not a bad thing. Yeah, this monkey this year have this capability. I always tell people, monkey this year is a magician. Do you like to become a magician? Right? Why monkey is a magician this year? Because they have simply because they have one thing, right? What is a magician able to do? They're able to create illusion and then they're able to make things disappear, right? So 2022, you have this ability to help people to make their problems disappear. Isn't it cool? Right? So you must say, okay, what is the star? Why is so special? Because it's a clash. Yes, it's a clash. Clash means that there will be, you need to do something different, of course, because clash represent changes. But this year, the monkey got this star called the relief god. And then also got this star called the sky relief, and then also another star called earth relief. So what are the common thing that these 3 stars share? The word relief. So this year, yeah, the monkey have this ability to make things, they're able to solve problem and make problem disappear. Don't you think it's cool? All right, so but you think about this, right? If you have this ability, don't you think, first of all, you must have problem first? Right? So you have a monkey this year you see a lot of problems. Yeah, whether you want to solve it or not is up to you. But if you're able to solve those problems, people will so appreciate of your power, and then they're going to give you money. Yeah, now you happy? You have a monkey in the chart, right? Because there are 3 relief star, right? Sky relief, the earth relief, and then also the relief god star. Yeah. So it's not so common. You have all these star falls into here, right? So therefore, and because it's a monkey and a tiger clash, because I know a lot of you here study parts, right? Oh, it's a monkey and tiger, which means that you can eliminate the problems completely. Because it's cutting, right? Metal chop wood, right? It's cut into half. So there will be no relapse or reoccurrence of the problem if you're able to do it correctly. Okay? All right. Yeah, so do you like this or not? Someone say, okay, let's say Carmen. Yeah, Carmen say what? Okay, easy. Only if the hour, yes, the power is the most powerful will be in the hour. Yes, you're right. Because hour represent the thinking. Remember, we're talking about how do you come up with idea creation, right? So therefore, the hour would be the most powerful. Yeah, I know some of you here might think, oh, I don't have it. Then how to solve this problem? If I want to have great ideas, very simple, right? Find your friends, or acquaintance or whoever that your maybe your friends or whoever family members that they have the monkey, snake, or dog in their hour, and then ask them for ideas. All right, buy them a dinner, right? You cannot be so stingy, right? You just, oh, come on, give me idea. No, right? Buy them a nice lunch, a nice dinner, and then talk to them, talk about your business idea, and then you ask for their opinion. What is their thought on this? Yeah, they might give you some great ideas. Okay. All right. So yeah, this is the one that you need to look. If you don't have, then you can make more new friends, right? Find someone that have this. There are so many people in this room here also have this, right? So yeah, make sure you have this as well. Okay, all right. Yeah, so this is I haven't shared this before. Right. So now I shared to all of you here. So we have make use of it. And now you're given the power. Yeah, big power comes with what? Big responsibility. Right. If you have this and then you don't want to use it, then give it to someone else. Right. Share your ideas. Right. And then say if this idea is working, then probably I get 10% out of it, right? Since I'm the idea contributor, right? You still can make money. Okay, so without the risk. There are so many ways you can manipulate this. Okay, all right. So now, um, do you want to know about the timing of wealth as well? Do you want to know about the timing of wealth? Right, because just now we're talking about how which animal sign you're able to have ideas and create. Right, there are certain months, yeah, in 2022 you see more wealth opportunities, and then you able if you actually take certain action, wealth related action on those months, you see better results. Okay, so I'm going to share with you this part here. So let me bring up the screen. Some of you probably already have this, right? Wealth opportunities for 2022. Okay, so this is the one I shared on a lot of this information. Do you want this or not for free? Yeah, this is something new. And I already shared this on my Telegram channel, right? And then you can actually look at it and then also recorded an audio recording that teach you how to use this piece of information, right? So I think a lot of you here already joining this. I saw the comment here. If you haven't, if you're very new here, so go to here. Right? It's a free one. Yeah, it's a Telegram channel. There's a link there. You just type the link and then you're good to go, right? So and you just don't do this right now, of course, right? You're going to do this later. Okay, yeah. So you can pay attention to the chat box as well. I think the team also actually type in the link there as well. You can actually pin it, and then later on you can actually take a look at it. Okay. All right. So this is where there's a lot more. Yeah, there's a you can use Shimon. All of this thing is free. Why would do this? Because I want to actually find a channel for me to give back to all of you here, especially for someone new or someone that like Chinese metaphysics, right? So this is a channel I share all this free stuff like Shimon monthly manifestation. There's so many stuff inside, and some of you might know, right? Is it a day master? No, it's not a day master, right? Don't worry. Yeah, you once you actually join that, you remember to click the join button in the Telegram. Once you join already, every time there are new information, you will get updated because you belong to the club already. Yeah, this is a club you can belong to. Then you get access to all this private information. So I know some of you don't know, hey, how do I use those pieces of information, right? Don't worry, because right at the bottom of the diagram, there's an audio recording that I record specifically teaching you how do you use the diagram. Okay, all right, nice. Okay, that one is for you to do after today, this sharing here. I don't do it now because I haven't end yet. I still have a lot more things to share with you. All right, and you also want bonus, right? Yeah, later I'm going to share with you what is the next level you can actually take from this. Okay, some of you ask, how do you join the Telegram? Very simple. Remember just now a link there. You look at the comment box, there's a link. Then all you need to do is you just go to the link, and then your app, you should install the Telegram app, and then you just click the join button. That's it. Yeah, very simple. It's free, by the way. Okay, all right, cool. So now, the other thing I want to share with you today, because we are talking about new wealth, right? The game of wealth. So I want to share with you this piece of information. Period 9 wealth. All right, as you know, some of you are very new here. Remember, earlier on, I explained to you in the beginning of today's sharing. Yeah, period 9 is a huge energy change from period 8 to period 9. So the way we create wealth will be very different. Yeah, so I want to share with you certain guidelines for you because in Pater study, the way, don't you agree with me? When the Pater is created, there are no such thing called the share market, right? IPO, cryptocurrency, even, right? All this thing is not non-existent yet, right? During that time, right? So when they write the Pater Classic during that time, they make it in a way that are relevant to the time how they make money. If you think about in the ancient day, how they make money, right? So in China, they basically they study hard and then they become the officer, hopefully become the officer to serve the emperor, right? They become the kun, right? The officer is one of the holy grail in terms of career during that time, right? Everyone want to do it, and then it's not easy to get it. You need to go through so many exams, and then but if you're able to achieve that, then you have wealth, you have fame, you have reputation, and everything. So in the old days, uh, there are certain elements in the Pater chart that indicates great wealth. I wish I'm going to share with you in the old days like this. Yeah, this other one, right? Direct wealth, direct resource, and direct officer. Right. So let me tell you why. Right, because direct wealth represents saving. Right, this person they can save money. Right, in the old days, don't you think this is one of the way to actually become rich? They dig a ground and then they hide some money there, and then or maybe under the pillow set, that's all they save money, right? Because the old days were a bank. Okay, and then and do you also remember I told you earlier on just now, we've been told to study hard, right? Yeah, you study hard, and then you pass your exam with flying colors, and then therefore your future will be secure. Old day, yes, right? In the old days, you become a doctor, a lawyer, engineer, sure, most of the time you can make a lot of money, right? But is it still rings true right now? This kind of concept, no, right? So in the old days, I say, oh, you have direct wealth is good, you have direct resource is good, right? And then finally, DO, direct officer in your Pater chart represent title. So title is like people looking for what, like CEO, a higher position and all those things, right? So therefore, in the new world, people don't actually look into that a lot. Do you know that nowadays a YouTuber, right, not the super successful one, I would say just average, they can make more money than a CEO, right? I met a lot of them, right? The world is changed. So therefore, nowadays, people don't like to climb the corporate ladder anymore, right? They don't want, they call these people what, corporate stooge, right? Some people they call it like that, yeah. So yeah, so and some people they want to actually, because they find there's so many different way they can make more money, right? They can make more money more than CEO, and CEO have all this stress. So nowadays, whenever we get introduced to a CEO, the youngster doesn't really say, I want to be you, I want to be a CEO no more, right? They don't want to be them, right? So it's no longer something that people sought after to be in the end. Do you realize these changes? Right now, I'm talking to you. I think you should see this anymore. No, they don't feel proud to become a CEO anymore, right? But they feel proud if they can actually use maybe their fame, their influence to make a lot of money. And do you know there are a lot of YouTubers right now that make money easily above 100K per month? Yeah, so yeah, you should. So you see that the way of creating wealth is different. So now let me show you back this chart here because uh, you see, when we study Pater, your traditional way, the year represent what? Friends, network, right? It still rings true. I'm not saying it's wrong. It's still correct. And then the month represent what? Your career, your business, right? And then how about the day? Yeah, the day could represent your inner thought, your house, your relationship. So I say it's a self. And then the hour could represent your investment, right? So if you want to make money, you need to choose among these four things. So right now, can I share with you how we see these four pillars in period 9 in the new world? Do you want to know how we see these four pillars? Because if you see this in the new way, then you're taking the first step to create money in the new world. All right, so let me share with you right now. This one. Okay, this is a new thing I discovered. So the year pillar in the new world also represent attention. Okay, so you know that nowadays attention is the new currency. So do you realize that the year pillar becomes super important right now? Okay, so the month right now is represents solution, right? So whether you're useful or not, basically, right? So you're able to offer solution, then you're useful, right? So and then the day represent philosophy. Do you realize that philosophy, the way you think, yeah, your perception of about life, your knowledge can make money? People follow you might not be the knowledge that you have. People follow you is because the way you use the knowledge that you have. You guys agree? Right? So and then finally the hour also represent leverage, right? How can you leverage the five things? Other people time, other people money, other people resources, so many things you can actually do it here. So therefore I just share with you, this is also a new way you can see the four pillars in terms of wealth generation. And again, the old way doesn't mean it's wrong, right? It's still there, it's still represent, but this is a new layer you can add into it if you want to look into wealth generation. Okay, so basically there are four ways you can make money in the new world. Okay, all right. So how many of you here actually discover something new today? Right, you discover that Bazi is not something just look at the month and day, right? So you want to create wealth in a new world, you need a new way of seeing the stuff. So that's what I share with you today. Okay, all right. So now in creating a wealth, right? Just now I share with you is Bazi. Bazi alone is not enough. Yeah, I want you to actually understand this part here. If you want to use Chinese metaphysics to help you to create wealth, right? Unfortunately, one system I'm not able to help you to thrive in this new world, the ever-changing world right now. So in order to actually use it, there are three systems I want you to actually keep in mind. So let me show you what system is this. There you go, right? So there will be a Bazi. So just now I share with you is about Bazi. And though another one is about Qi. Some of you learned Qi before. And then another one here is also about feng shui, because each of that govern different domain. Like Bazi talking about awareness, what you're good at doing, what kind of opportunities come to you. Qi going to use for strategy, and then feng shui to help you to create more opportunities come to you. Right. So the reason I put it this way, so you're very clear each function of each system. Otherwise, you just learn everything, right? And then confused, don't know which one to use. So let me ask you right now, do you need more awareness or not? Like what I'm great at doing, what are the luck come to me, then Bazi will be very helpful. Once you very clear at what you have, what is your talent, don't you think you need the strategy? You know why? Because you're not the only one in the world, right? You have competitors, agree? Right? You have, let's say you have a great Bazi chart, right? It doesn't mean you're the only one. Out there are so many people have different type of charts, right? So there are different capabilities. So are you able to win or not? That one depends on achievement, right? So and then feng shui help you to attract more opportunities, like meeting the right people, meeting maybe your mentor and all these things coming to you. Okay, all right. So these are the three things you can use to help you to create the first step to create your financial freedom. Okay, so now I made a promise to you by the end of this session here, I'm going to share with you something you can actually move forward, right? So if since so many of you are interested, I'm going to share with you, this is the way you do this. Yeah, so I mentioned earlier on, there'll be a shrinking of the middle class. Yeah, you will know this. So if you're part of the middle class, you are the one that likely will be affected on this. Okay, so and there are a few ways, right? You can actually use Chinese metaphysics to help you. One way, you can get a personal coaching, wealth coaching with me, Iverson, right? So I do this a lot, right? And I work with a lot of business tycoons, entrepreneur, professionals to do this. There's one of the option for you, right? So now, and if you are interested on this would be the investment for you. Is 2,000 US dollar, right? Yes, I do have client work around with them all this time, but if this is a price that is a little bit steep for you, understand that a lot of you here all right, might not ready right now to make such investment, and I receive a lot of requests say, Iverson, right, can you work out something for us or not? Because we also want to learn about create wealth. So I'm thinking to do this, right? Instead of doing one-to-one, how about I teaching you how to do this, right? The same thing. So therefore, I created a program, what I call Awaken Your Millionaire Destiny. Yeah, so at least I can actually you don't need to actually invest like 2,000 just to get one-to-one, because all the technique I advise to my client, I'm going to share in this program here, right? So this program will be conducted online. It's a live stream from 9 to 10 of April 2022, right? So this is what how many of you here interested to do this? Okay. Wow, so many of you here. Nice. All right. So this is first time I'm doing a millionaire program, right? Because I do a lot of research, and I finally I think it's ready for me to share with all of you here, right? Some of you also asking, am I doing this? Is the only doing this another time next year? I will say I don't know yet. Probably this is the only time I'm doing this, right? Because I don't like to do something the same thing again and again, right? So if you are interested on this, then there would be the time to actually do this. So let's see here. Okay, all right. Oh, Janet, nice. Okay, so some of you say already in. Okay, thank you. Yeah, thank you. Thank you for that. So wow, so many of you here already joining us. Oh, Caroline. All right, nice. So now, for some of you are very new here. Yeah, so and you might thinking, right? If I don't know, I just a beginner in parts and feng shui, you're able to do this, no problem. Yeah, because this is not a technical class. Let me share with you a little bit about what you can learn from here, right? So I have so many in content yet. Yeah, to be frank with you, I haven't finalized exactly what is the syllabus, but these are the few key things I'm going to share about. So one of it is the 7 secrets of extraordinary wealth. Yeah, this one I'm going to share with you, right? And then the second one here, I'm going to also share with you about the mindset as well, right? Like some of you say, right? Okay, how do I make money? I think the first thing is not about how to make money. It's about who you should become to attract money comes to you, right? That is the person, yeah, the mindset. I think this is very important, right? To create a path. And then how about this? How about upgrade, amplify, and extend your wealth luck? A lot of time we might have luck once in a while, right? But how about you're able to sustain it or even amplify it? Don't you think it would be cool? All right. So now, and then we also share with you how do you actually set up a feng shui in a workplace? You know, how do you actually benefit you in terms of wealth generation? And then finally, right, there's no point you become a rich person and live alone in a mansion, right? So millionaire is not just about money, right? It's about a spiritual wealth code. So you become fulfilled at the same time, right? So therefore, I think the fifth part also very important and much more. Okay, so now let me share with you a little bit about this part here, because a lot of people ask, hey, what is this secrets of extraordinary wealth? So these secrets here is how we use Chinese metaphysics to help you. So let me share with you some of it. One of the 7 secrets here is I'm going to teach you how to use the unfavorable elements. This a lot of people don't like, right? Unfavorable, is it mean bad? No, right? Unfavorable means rich elements. Yeah, so yeah, this is what I'm going to share with you. Yeah, this is the one that people want to avoid, right? It's unfavorable to me. No, it's not. Right? This is the element that if you're able to conquer this mountain here, these hurdles here, that's where all your money coming from. Okay. All right. Now, I also talk about the next luck pillar. Some of you actually keep asking, right? The trick, how do you look at wealth? I don't really pay attention to the current luck pillar. I pay attention to the next one. Yeah, because whatever you do right now is supposed to align to the next luck pillar. So you have sustainable luck. All right. Yeah. So this is the one I'm going to talk about. I also want to talk about the Achievement Wealth Palace as well, because a lot of time they don't know about the Achievement Wealth Palace more in detail. So I'm going to talk about that. Right. So there are much more. All right. So, and also this is one thing new I'm going to talk about as well is the luck pillar timeline shifting. Yeah, a lot of time people say, oh, my great luck pillar happens in 30 years from now. And then if you look at the traditional way of reading, they'll say, okay, you need to wait until 30 years. And probably 30 years is already too old, right? Cannot do much already. What if you can bring forward or all this luck pillar from the future into current or not, right? So this is what I want to share with you. This is something new. This is my research. So, and I want to share with firsthand to all of these students here. How about that? Right? Future luck pillar. You bring it to the present moment and then you create those luck for you. Okay, so this is something really cool. And of course, this one is not part of the classic, the new luck pillar timeline shifting. This is what I created. So I want to share with you, right? So yeah, therefore, you're going to enjoy this. Okay, now, after everything here, so let me just tell you one thing. Let me summarize this for you. There are no poor parts of chart. Yeah, remember this. There are only poor utilization of the chart. Do you guys agree? Right? There are no, even your chart don't have wealth element doesn't mean it's a poor chart. Yeah, if someone are struggling financially, it's just because they don't know how to utilize the chart. Yeah, this is the whole objective of this program here. How do you utilize your information that contains in your destiny chart so you can create more wealth? Okay, all right. So how many of you here see this is beneficial for you? Right? Instead of paying 2,000 for a personal coaching, so you want to do this. So if you really want to actually do this, I'm going to actually give you much more cheaper. Yeah, if you do it in a class format, so you'll be 997 US dollar. Okay, for a class. But right now, we're still doing this online, right? You still can learn this virtually because once the pandemic is over, we're going to do live classes. But right now, I think we still need to do the virtual class first, right? So for some of you cannot travel, then this would be the perfect time for you to learn this. So since we're going to do it virtually, we can save a lot in the hotel rental, the room, the audio equipments, right? So we can pass back the saving to you. So instead of 997, all you need to invest in just 397 US dollar in exchange for knowledge that can transform your wealth destiny. Okay, so you can go to the link right now, and then you can actually you see Shinmo already typed in the link there, right? So you just go there and then pay attention to the chat box. You can go there and then you can look at it. Okay, all right. So now, to encourage all of you here further, so do you guys like super bonus or not? Remember, I promised you there'll be a bonus, right? So there you go. This is a bonus. How about this? Advanced party training about the God of Wealth. Okay. Yeah, this is a new webinar. So this one is a super bonus if you enroll for the Awaken Your Millionaire Destiny, right? So the God means the 10 gods, right? Because in Parser, all the 10 gods also wealth element, right? It's just a different usage of it. So you want to know, right? You don't think Rob Wealth cannot make money, Rob Wealth also can make a lot of money, yeah, especially in period 9. Yeah, so do you like this super bonus or not? What is the price of this? Priceless, right? Because I'm not going to sell this. This one only reserved for the inner circle, for those who will join us for this Awaken Your Millionaire Destiny. Okay, all right. So if you're interested, yeah, join now. And one more. How about another limited bonus for you? Yeah, this is only, I'm going to open another 50 slots for all of you here that attended this Facebook Live. On top from the God of Wealth bonus, I'm going to share with you one more. Wealth Prophecy for 2022. So I'm going to analyze the 2022 Parter chart and Achievement chart even, and then how do you actually take action right now that you can create an opportunity in this year first, 2022. Do you like this or not? And because this one, I'm going to make it around 27th of January. So this coming Thursday. So if you join today, yeah, the first webinar you're going to actually attend is this coming Thursday. Because I'm going to talk about Wealth Prophecy for 2022 because the Water Tiger year is almost arriving, right? So I want to get all this information in advance first. Okay, therefore, this bonus, second bonus here is very limited. It only reserved for the first 50 here. Okay, so if you're interested to get it, so it's like this. So you get this new program that I'm going to conduct in April, and you get the super bonus, the God of Wealth webinar. And you also, if you belong to the first 50 today, you will get the Wealth Prophecy 2022, and this webinar will be on this Thursday, 27th of January. Okay, yeah. So this is a very great information I'm going to share here. If you like the way I decipher the parts year chart just now, you're going to like this. And then some of you here might not able to make it to the date itself, like 9 or 10 of April, right? So yes, we do have this one-time reschedule recast for you. So there'll be certain time available. You can watch that program again, right? So it's a one-time schedule recast for you. Okay, so now, and let me just ask you this question here, right? So who this program cater for, right? It could be anyone. You don't need any pattern knowledge, but you need to ask yourself this question first. Are you committed to create a lifetime income stream that you never outlive? Yeah, ask yourself this. And are you committed to reach financial goal not only quicker, but you want to retire sooner? All right, how about this? Are you committed to achieve peace of mind and financial security even you started late? Right? So if you answer yes to any of those questions, then this is my message for you. Enough concept, act now. Because we learn so many things, so many formulas, right? A lot of things is still a concept. Yeah, so this program here is about getting all the information into action. Have you met someone that learned like Bazi for 10 years, right? But they didn't take action? Right. So now you're going to tell those person enough concept. Yes, it's important, but there must be a deadline or a timeline where you need to convert your information into action plan. So this is what is one of our commitment that we want to achieve in this program here. All right. So if you are interested, there you go. Right. There's a link there. You can click on this millionaire. You can go to the chat box. There's a link available for you. And to secure not only the first bonus, but you're going to secure the both bonus as well. Okay. All right. So do you like this or not? Yeah, this is something I hopefully I'm going to do this for this year, because I actually ask myself as well, what is people need in 2022, right? What they really need? Yeah, so I say that one of the things that people focus more into is about finance, right? Because if you're talking about changing destiny, right? Changing destiny only happen when you have the capacity to change. And the capacity is a lot got to relate with your financial capacity, right? You want to change your children's destiny, you need to send them to a better school, right? You want to create a better, you can create a better environment. Let's say to buy a great feng shui house also need money right now, right? There's so many things you can benefit from it. So I would say that in period 9, one of the main things that people looking for is this wealth creation, financial independence, and you want to do it now. Yeah, because the transition of the new period is starting. The point, right? The pivotal point here will be starting on 2022. You see that if you do it right, you set the energy, yeah, the precedence, and then we'll move forward like this. Yeah, so 2022 is the difference. Yeah, that is the difference maker year for you. It's a game changer year moving forward. Okay. All right. So yeah, if you like, you want to learn from me, you like the information that I presented just now, yeah, this would be your self-upgrade program in 2022, right? Every year you need to upgrade yourself, right? So make this part of your upgrade project for this year. So because once you become better, yeah, it doesn't just stay with you, you can benefit your family, your friends, or whoever within your sphere of influence. Okay. All right. So thank you. Yeah, thank you for joining me on this Facebook Live here. Thank you for some of you just told me that you wake up early in the morning. I appreciate that. Okay. So, and I hope to see you guys again in some of our webinars or training. So, and I wish all of you here have a great health and all the best in 2022. Yeah. And some of you are joining me. I'm going to see you. The first secret webinar will be on this coming Thursday. Okay, are you ready for this? Are you ready for the wealth prophecy for 2022? Right, we're going to deep dive into 2022 Bazi chart. Okay. All right, so let's see. Oh, how welcome, Rayma. Okay, good to see you here. I think this one is no longer the introduction, right? Rayma is the popular one. Okay, say always like it when you share on wealth. All right, thank you, Rayma. Nice. Okay, so Dasyana, I always discover something when attending your lectures. All right, thank you. Yeah, thank you for your support and thank you for tuning in. Okay, all right. So let's see here. Okay, Alan. All right, you're welcome, Alan. So Jacqueline, you're welcome. All right, thank you so many of you here. So if okay, why not? Let's see. Let's see who else is here. So I think some of you want to ask me some question. Okay, let's see here. My Si Chang just enroll. All right, nice. Thank you. All right, thank you for that. And see this. Okay, Rakesh, sign up and thank you, Iverson. You're welcome. All right, see you then. Yeah, see you this Thursday. Yeah, for the first bonus webinar. Okay, all right. So really appreciate this live. All right, thank you, Laura. All right, thank you for having you here. Okay, I learned a lot things to you. All right, I'm glad. Okay, at least now I know that my time are spent worthwhile here. All right, so Carol, you changed my life when someone sponsored a consult with you after multiple messages. I'm so grateful. Thank you. Yeah, thank you to know that Caroline. Yeah, right now you're doing great. It's good. Okay, all right. Adele Tan. All right. Looking forward to bonus. Yes, I'm looking forward to it too. Okay, so Macy Chang say what time on Thursday? Okay, all of you here, for those who enroll for this uh Awaken Your Millionaire Destiny program, you're going to receive a Zoom invitation link for this Thursday. I think the link will send tomorrow or latest by Wednesday. Yeah, so this would be then you can know the time. I think roughly around evening time in our time. So to be sure, you check the email later on. I think the team will send either tomorrow or a day after tomorrow. Okay. So for those of you already joining in, right, earlier on, you still get this bonus. Don't worry. All right, you still got to get this. Shinmo already responded here. It's 8:30. All right, 8:30 p.m. All right. Eureka Wong say, looking forward to this Thursday session. All right, me too. This make two of us. All right. Yi Woon say, can't wait for the day to come. Yes, a lot of information, yeah, for this Thursday alone. For this bonus here. You don't want to miss that because you want to know all this before you get into the year of water tiger. Okay, all right. So I think, okay, that's it, right? I think I addressed all of your question here. Let's see. Okay, all right, cool. Thank you. Yeah, thank you. I hope to see you guys again very soon, and I wish all of you have great health and hope to get reconnect with all of you here again very soon. I'm Iverson Lee. Keep in touch. Bye-bye.